Okay, guys, welcome back. This is server news. I just logged back in. I have been a bit under the weather today, so you guys have to kind of bear with me. um, okay, so first and foremost, um, we've kind of fixed North Point. The garden is back in, or yeah, the garden farm, whatever, is back in. We have different crops in there this time. I've been working on getting the beehives going. There's 4 beehives, lots and lots of flowers. I still have this section to do. I'm going to do it the same way as this here. We're doing white dotted flowers in the flower boxes and then alternating the grass tiles between the orange-red flowers, the blue flowers, and the purple flowers. So all the grass tiles are done. I just have to get the rest of the white dotted flower beds in, and I'll take care of that. But there are 4 beehives. If you're going to start working with honey, you're going to want to make sure you have an active bee smoker in your inventory. It's got to be lit. So do not go to a beehive and try to open it without a smoker lit in your inventory. You'll get stung. And then you'll end up poisoned and all that good nonsense. Okay, so after my mistake, I can't remember if I mentioned it last server news or not, but I made a mistake and accidentally, while I was trying to give um, Old Bitty Gaming on her GM, which is Corey, I was trying to give her um, permissions, access, whatever you want to call it, um, on North Point, same as I have. So ultimate rule on North Point to do as she needs to on this deed, regardless of what's going on. And I accidentally, well, my mouse glitched out, and I accidentally clicked on, um, what is it, something like make lawn or something along those lines. And it wiped out all of my trees, the garden, all of the grass tiles here, the grass tiles in the uh, animal husbandry area, everything. Um, the marketplace, I mean, all of it. So we had to go back through, fix all that stuff. So in doing so, I put up, let's head down a little bit, put up gatehouses. So it wasn't just an open space. I mean, it's still an open go through, just so you guys can see. I'm still going to change out these because I don't like how dim they are. Um, or I may end up leaving them for decoration or whatnot and actually putting in some better lighting. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet. Um, so the pens are fixed. The other major change right here, as you remember, there used to be a guard tower sitting here. There is not any longer. There's no guard tower. I did away with it. There's no point in having a guard tower in town when you have Spirit Templars roaming around as well. It's kind of an eyesore. Oh, okay. I don't recall this character before, but that is apparently there's somebody named Greythorn on here now. I don't know if it is an alt or who, but welcome to the server. Oh, before I go anywhere, sorry, the dogs are being a little vocal right now. Um, okay, I don't know if these were in here before, but there are now food storage bins. Not food storage bins, I'm sorry, bulk storage bins at each of the stations. We're going to put chests in as well. and those can be used. Let's go back out this way. Oh, you guys probably want to see what one of the beehives looks like. This is a noisy beehive. There's 2 queens in here, but that is a cedar wood. So there's a noisy here, and then over by that gate, there's another noisy. Probably can't, yeah, probably can't get to it from here, but there's, I think it's right there. That's a noisy, and then the other 2 are just active. So there's only 1 queen in those. If there is a hive that pops up in the trees surrounding, one of these noisies will probably end up going to that hive, but that's okay. So now we have to wait for the crops to grow for the farm. If you want to come in and you want to tend crops and you want to work on your farming skills or whatnot, you are welcome to come in and work on them. That's kind of the point of this whole town. It's to give you access to be able to utilize whatever skills you want to utilize, to work on whatever skills you want to work on, and get skill ups. It started with nothing more than the on the other side of the inn here is the combat trainers for archery and melee, and it just expanded from there. What I'm asking as far as the farm goes is if you harvest, and actually I'll come out to one of the signs here so you guys can see it. Please replant the crops you harvest so we can all benefit together. So if you come in, these are pumpkins obviously. If these are ripe and you come in and harvest one of them so that you can take them back to your deed and have some pumpkins to be able to plant your own garden and whatnot, that's perfectly fine. It takes 1 seed to replant this tile. If you harvest this tile, you can take the rest of them with you. I'm just asking you use one of the seeds that you get from here to replant this tile for the next person. That's all. The flowers over here, I have not gotten around to it yet, but as you can see, there are lots and lots of flowers in here. Please do not take these flowers. They're for the bees. Outside, let's go up and over. Outside this gate, somewhere over in this area probably, I'm going to be planting, or Corey will be planting, flowers of every different type. Probably 10 or 15 tiles worth, at least, of each type of, each color of flower. Those are free to pick. Take those with you. There are flowers throughout the kingdom that you can find wild. But if you're specifically looking for purple flowers or wherever and you just haven't found any, there are going to be purple flowers over here. Feel free to pick a few. Let me know that or let somebody know that you picked some flowers or whatnot so that we can get them replanted. These aren't going to just replant themselves. And unfortunately, if you pick flowers from the ground from one tile to transplant them to another, you're not going to you'll have enough to be able to plant them here, but not to plant one back here. I don't know why. It's just the way it works. It's a 1-for-1 thing. So we need to be able to keep them going for everybody else. There are now statues. That's faux. That's Venora. There is no gate out there, by the way, but that is the north side. There's Magranon. And of course, Labilla. So all 4 gods are represented here. Because you see the white beacon now. The altar of 3 has been moved, so it's more accessible. Yes, 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 I get that. So we're going to go out here and we're going to show you that. We'll go up and over. So if you come down here to the docks, you just climb the hill and you can get to the altar of 3. It does seem to be working now. So you can pray there, and you can grab one of these 3 gods. These are the light gods, and for whatever reason it's not showing up, but to the south is the bone altar. So what we're going to do, and that is at Outpost 13. So here in a minute we'll go ahead and take a tour. I did move some of the boats. So right there's Bertha. That's the Corbita. There is Nautica. That's the cog. I moved Starlight, the sailboat, and I moved Black Beauty, which is the caravel, just to show people what some of the different ships look like and make it look a little more like this, dock system is active. Added today, Evil Santa. You can, let's just go on something that takes my GM. Say, now I'm walking around. So I have no GM powers right now. Well, I do, but I'm not utilizing them. So right-clicking, you can go to check for gift. Now, I've already collected my gift, but it says you've already received my gift this year. My understanding is it doesn't matter if it's Evil Santa or Good Santa. You can still get a gift from one of the 2 of them, not both. I ended up getting a snowman statue, and so did Corey. But Evil Santa is here next to Black Beauty. We're going to fly again. We're going to come back up into town. I tried to fix the roads best I could after the oops. I'm sorry, I'm chopping a bit. So the mine now has more trees next to it. And Corey's been working pretty hard trying to fix the grass and everything out here. So if you come in here next to the archery, go away. Next to the archery targets, there's the Good Santa. Like I said, all you got to do is right click, go to check for gift, and you can get a gift from Santa. I will leave these up and running until after the first of the year. So you have time to be able to, have a couple of weeks at least, to come down and get your gift. And then, after a couple of weeks, they're going to go bye-bye. And we'll get prepared for the next section. But let me show you the gift that I got real quick. We're going to go in the inn. Corey, has been hard at work trying to make this place look really, really nice. Okay, here is the snowman statue. Once per real life day, in his little hands right here, there will be a snowball. That snowball can then be transferred to the larder that will help preserve food. The larders are now working. The ovens are working. The food storage bins are working. And I will show you. There's eggs in there right now. That I used it as a test. I took and I created that when I brought it in. So there's one for each. But I used an alt that has no powers whatsoever on this server, and then I guess we need to walk normal. Brought him in here to test the boxes after going over to the chickens to pick up some eggs. So you can pick up eggs from the chickens over in there. Sometimes they lay eggs and they're on the ground, and then you can bring them over and you can drop them just like once the farm is done, you can harvest and put them in food storage bins. It is so that people can start working on their cooking skills and whatnot, and you can work on your cooking skills. Um, the I put in planter racks today, so we have paprika, we have oregano. There is ginger. There's cumin. Ooh. There is basil, mint, parsley, and then 3 over here are empty for a reason. Because if somebody wants to practice on that skill, they need empty planters. You can put 30 per rack. So there's 30 planters in here for people to be able to practice with. Times 3, that's 90 planters. And what you do when you're ready to harvest, you come up, you open it, okay? And some of them, if you right click on it, will actually, don't take it, but it'll say pick. You can pick the basil from it or paprika or whatever it is so that you've got more in your inventory. These act just like the farming towels. So they take a little while to grow, but you're welcome to use them for seasonings and spices and stuff. Um, so they're up on the 3rd level. We'll go back down. Oh, I know what it was. I turned my graphics up earlier so I could see the um, God lights. So I will fix that before we do the Iron Man video, so that it's not chopping all over creation. Okay, so that is that for that. Let's get our wand going, and we're going to go to Outpost 13. I don't remember if I've ever actually shown that to you guys yet. Go here, Outpost 13, and then we're going to teleport. And we're going to go up in the air. Oh, well, that's no good. So when I run across this on this particular character, I am going. I just go here to item and just destroy it. That way, it's gone. Especially on my deeds, I don't need them. I don't have any use for the corpses or whatever. This particular character doesn't need to eat. Outpost 13. This is headed north. Okay, and I'm obviously still working on this, but I've been putting in a small dockyard so people can come up. There's a ramp, and let's actually go. So we're on the ground. Sorry about that clip. So these are rather deep. So if you fall in, or if you get off your boat and you end up in the water, just like over at North Point, which I will be fixing as well. Swim around to this side. And you can actually get out right here, out of the water. But this is very, very deep water. So you just come over here and you can swim out and climb up. I noticed I didn't even turn my climb on. Okay, then we can come up the hill. The fenced area is non-accessible to anyone other than a GM. Right now, I don't think I need food, but I need water. May as well try. There we go. This is going to go away. There will not be a jewel board at Outpost 13. This whole thing is going to be set up as basically a private deed with a few merchants and a private mine and whatnot, but it's going to be another spot to be able to have a merchant, to be able to trade at, all that stuff. There won't be a whole lot of skill training here, but there may still be a few. What I may end up doing is kind of fencing in most of this island and bringing in a few more animals. So it's a pretty good size island, but I may end up fencing a good portion of this in and just letting the animals run wild as they are. No enchanted grass, no nothing like that, and using it as a large, unmonitored, unutilized animal husbandry area. There may be, since this is fairly flat down here, there may be some farmland down here. I don't know. But here is the reason I brought you over. And we're actually going to speed this up. I'm going to turn the flight back on. So on the back side of the island is the bone the bone altar that you can pray to. You can select her as your deity. I do not know if so. You can go pray. And I just got my faith just increased to 3. As far as I understand, you are currently limited to 5 times per day with a 20-minute cooldown for prayers. I don't know if that is actually true or not. I know that there have been some players that have been wanting this in, and up until today, this was not working. All the research I did online was telling me that basically private servers they're kind of kicked to the wayside, especially custom maps. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And if they're not working, you could end up fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting with them, and fighting some more, and still not get them to work. So currently, the altars are in. You can select one of the 4 main deities. I do not have extra deities in right now. I've only got the 4 that come with these altars. I do not know if the spells work. Nobody has enough faith to become a priest. Like I said, they just started working today. And I've been working on the databases. I've been working on the server files, the settings, all that, moving them from one location to another. I mean, everything I can to get the doggone things going. So they are now in here. You have the bone altar there, and then north. Apparently, we're too far away. But up there somewhere is the white light for the altar of 3. So both of them are in. Both of them are at a location that's accessible. If you choose to go the route of the bone altar, keep in mind you're gonna have to sail, because even this distance here, that's the shortest distance, and we'll go up in the air to show you. This island is pretty much as south as you can go on our map. So there's the entirety of the island. Okay? Look at how far that is from the closest shore. There's nothing in any direction other than that land. So if you're going to swim, you want to go to this corner, but I'm not certain you'd be able to make it. I'm honestly not. Um, there's enough people with boats, and this is a friendly enough community that I'm sure, if you asked somebody, they'd be willing to give you a ride to get you over here so that you can get started. And then from there, all you got to do is make your own altar at your deed, and you can pray at your own altar. You don't have to keep coming back here. But I don't know how well that works as far as becoming a priest. I mean, you may have to make another trip. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the religion stuff. Um, I'm still working on the shallow areas. There isn't a whole lot down here. I mean, this is all fairly decent, but like you can see here, that goes a bit shallow. That goes a bit shallow. So you can see there are shallow areas on the map that I'm still working on trying to get it so that the larger boats can go through. But I mean, there's so many different little things that have to be done that it's all going to take time. I think that's pretty much it for the moment. Last word about the mod pack, just so that everybody knows. What I am working on is called Wyvern Mods. Let me see here. So, so this requires Skin Dust Library, Treasure Hunting, Discord Relay, Dust Combat, server packs, icons, and then there's a lot of configuration. There's custom models. There's let's see, that's a configuration for an info tab that tells like the let's see, server thread if it's on a forum, the website and maps, Discord channel, wiki documentation, Patreon setup. I mean, I got to get it all set up, and then it's like the equivalent of like 50 pages of going through line by line by line, making sure that everything is actually set up correct. Several of the mods that are in this one are already on the server, which means I'd have to basically take the independent mods off when I put this one on, so that they're not going to conflict. So until I get everything completely dialed in, I can't move it over. I was hoping to have it done this coming Sunday, but that may not happen. It may still be another week or so out. And with Christmas right around the corner, guys, I do apologize, but it may be after Christmas before I can get that going. There is a lot of configuring for this one mod pack. It does have, now that we've got the altars working, it does have a segment in there that deals with spells. So I want to make sure that those are working. And, it's got other craftable items that aren't normally in. It's got icons for different things that are actually in the game, but it just gives you a little question mark or whatever when you have it in your inventory. I mean, just there's a lot of little tweaks with it. Dust Combat is a completely new way to do combat. There are a lot of servers out there that run it. It's a trusted mod. I've played with it before. I actually rather enjoy it. It's not just your run of the mill. Oh well, okay, click on it, wait 10 minutes. Okay, that it's dead. I'm dead. Whatever. No, it actively gets you a little more involved in the combat, and I'd like to get that going. So there's a lot involved in this mod pack, and I'm not trying to rush it. I really, really, really want this thing to work correctly. So I don't want to bring it on and break the server because I missed something in the scripting. So I hope you guys can understand that. You can be a little patient with me. I really want it to work correctly. I'm not dragging my heels on it. I'm actually taking my time to go through line by line and make sure that everything is correct so that we have no conflicts and we're not going to be messing anything up. Um, I also have to figure out what mods are in the server already that are not included in this, so that we don't have anything that's overlap or what have you, and make sure that nothing in those mods are going to conflict with what's going with this one. Just one little errant setting could end up having catastrophic um, results, with if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So please be patient. I am trying to get this going. Once we do, that's going to be it for mods for a little while. Um, the exception being, I'm probably going to be turning on the Christmas mod. That's going to be maybe a day or two from now. I'll get that going. Um, let's see. It is the 19th. So, yeah, this is a good time to actually have that going. So, I may actually, depending on how much time I've got tonight, um, I may be asking everyone online to save what they're doing and log off for 10 minutes while I get the Christmas mod going, and then they can log back in. It's literally just a quick, I can get everything installed prior, um, and then let everybody know, hey, I need to reboot the server, and then it with the as soon as everybody logs off, then I can shut the server down, do a backup, restart the server, and everything's live, including the Christmas mod. So I may end up doing that. I haven't decided yet. If I don't do it tonight, it'll probably be tomorrow. But we still have time with it. I just want to be able to kind of play around with it for a little bit, and that will end up going until probably the first or second week of January as well. Um, and then I'll take it off along with Santa Clauses and whatnot. And we're gonna try to do kind of a theme-based thing as best we can. So next Halloween we will have the Halloween stuff. Easter we'll have the Easter stuff, if I can find the mods again. Unfortunately, a lot of the mods are discontinued, so it's difficult to find what you're looking for because they're no longer supported. The creators for those mods aren't working on it anymore. There have been a few updates since um, they put those out, that have effectively broken their mod, and they just never kept up with it. So some of it's just not going to work. Some of it, they're lost to space and time. But we're going to try to do what we can. Last but not least, there's been discussion on the server about having a second server. Not a completely separate server, but another area that you can sail to. So right now we have this island chain and we have the main island. Okay. Um, what we're considering, this map is set up as a new player friendly map. That means that you're not going to see any of the really, really, really nasty stuff. This map is getting the attention as far as roads go, and fixing my mistakes when I created the map, for the water depth and all that stuff. Um, if I'm going to implement another map, it would it would end up being a separate server, effectively, but this would still be the login server. Seattle Sanctuary would still be the login server, so every new character would still come here to North Point to begin their journey. Then, from here, they can sail in whatever direction that we have the map set up. They can sail that direction, and they can go to that other map. The downside is, well, I guess upside, downside, I don't know. Um, it is not going to be a maintained map. It's going to be completely wild. It will not be new player friendly, which means all of the really nasty creatures are going to be spawning on it. Um, I do want to get the numbers dialed in on this map first. Once I have that set up, then we can set the other map up, not a problem. But the aggression point is going to be turned up a little bit, so there'd be more hostile creatures than there is on this map. But the payout through bounty is going to be more as well. There will not be a North Point. There will not be an Outpost 13. There may be one port town that I will set up specifically for people to have some place to sail to, some sort of a kind of like a guiding light in a way. When you cross the server border and you start heading towards that particular island or whatnot, you need a point of interest that any traveler can be dropped off at, along with their gear, whatever they bring with them, and then they're kind of on their own. So it will be a completely wild map. If we implement it, it'll be a wild map, meaning I am not going in and putting in roads. I am not putting in towns. I am completely player run. Completely. When that happens, it'll be open for deeding just like this is. So if somebody wants to go over there, they just need to understand that it's a much more dangerous area and there are no roads, that they're going to have to make the roads, the bridges, the deeds, everything. There will not be an altar of 3 or a bone altar over there. So you'll have to set up for religion here if you want that. But it should still carry over as far as your faith and all that stuff. But I'll look into that more. But it's an idea. It's not set in stone just yet. It's just an idea. Next week, next Monday, or possibly Sunday, in the links in the description, I will have those links fixed. I will have the link to be able to support the server through Ping Perfect, so I won't see a penny, but it'll be to be able to help pay towards the cost of the server rental. So I am not expecting anyone to pay anything. But if you want to, the link will, starting next week, the link will be down in the description so you can support that. There are several people that are asking that you go to worm-unlimited.com and search for Seattle Sanctuary, or use the link down below to go directly to our server page. You'll need to log in through Steam from the website so you can vote on our server. That puts us higher in the rankings so that we get seen a little more frequently, or a little easier. Currently, I believe we're ranked number 18 with 100% uptime. This server does not, and they check like every 15 minutes. This server doesn't go down. If it does go down, it's right back up. I don't keep it down for very often, or I don't take it down very often, and I don't keep it down for very long. This is a community server, and it's in its entirety. This is not my server. This is not Corey's server or Old Bitty Gaming server. This is not Crow's server or Morph's server or anybody else's. This is our server, and I will do what I can to keep maintaining it, and fixing what I can, and adding to it, and just keeping it going. I do understand the website is currently not active. I will be working on that as well so that we've got complete updates. We'll actually have a map page on there that is specific to the different maps if we're using multiple maps. Info about which mods are active. I mean, all the server info, all that stuff will be updated regularly. But I'm not there yet. I honestly didn't know if this server would even take off, and it has taken off apparently with a vengeance in comparison to my last server. So I am scrambling trying to get a bunch of stuff done and get a lot of things taken care of that I didn't expect that I'd have to rush to do. And the community is awesome in giving me suggestions on different things that can be fixed or different issues they've ran into. So thank you guys for keeping me informed. I mean, if I don't know that there's a problem, I can't fix the problem. So please keep letting me know what's happening, what's going on, and we'll keep doing what we do to try to make everything happen. So, all right, that's going to be it for server news. I appreciate you guys sticking by and listening and paying attention to what's happening. I like being able to inform you of what we're doing. So, that way everybody stays up on what I'm planning on doing. I may end up just every once in a while making a brief video of just me doing my work. I have absolutely nothing to hide from anyone. So if you guys want to see videos showing, me terraforming, the water depth, or moving, the altars, or fixing North Point, fixing Outpost 13, whatever, doesn't matter. Let me know, and I might, oblige and throw out a video or two. But I honestly have nothing to hide. Everything is above board. Um, I'm willing to talk with people while I'm working on stuff. No issues. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you. Well, actually, in just a few minutes, I'm going to start the Iron Man video. So we'll see you in the next one.